Well, hi, how are you? Welcome to Snowrunner in Season 14, Reap and Sow. I think that's how you say it. Obviously, one of these another farming. I wasn't a fan of the previous one they did farming. So let's see if they've fixed anything on that. So let's see. Loading, I guess. I have to get all my trucks back to the. I have to go and just get all my trucks back into the garage. And we'll go and do the fun thing. Always fun getting a new map to go and explore. I love it. Tiring day. I've had a very tiring day. And yeah, I went into EB Games because I was going to try and put a deposit down for the PlayStation 5 Pro, but they want $300 um, to return these vehicles. They want $300 deposit, and I just don't have that lying around. And I thought, okay, well, we'll check out JB Hi-Fi. And they want bloody the whole amount paid. So I was like, okay, that's also not going to happen at the moment. We've got any vehicles here? No. What about here? Any vehicles here? No here. Okay, let's recover that. And now we go to the new area to find out where it is. Yeah, this is it, I think. Yep, that's it. Let's go in. Whoops, I didn't press the right button. You have to move to garage, Ian. At least it let me download it because I use a season pass, but before it wouldn't. It had an error, and you had to use the bloody app to download it. But now let me do it for the PlayStation 5 this time, which is good. Um, I like, even though those are good scouts, I like using the. Where are you? Where is she? Let's say I've left on another map. I think I might have. Where is she? You know what? I'm going to use the Ford where I saw it just before. Let's use the old Ford. Okay. Here we are. The new map. Okay, I can. We've got a lot over that way. Oh, it looks reasonably big. Okay, so I think we'll go down this way to this. So this will be. I guess we'll go to the left here and see if we can make our way up to that. Okay, let's do it. First one, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, sneeze done. Let's do this. First time on this new map. I stopped paying for the season pass also on PC, so I haven't tested out the pub test server, PTS. So this is another, from what I saw there, two maps, I believe. It's Foothills and Hunterfield. It is one of these farming ones, but I've heard that it is better than the previous one, which I did not like the farming. It was not fun. It was hard to turn around and just all that other crap. So we'll see how we go here. Okay, we can turn the audio off again. Looks good. Still such a good looking game. They really don't need to do a Snowrunner 2 or Sandrunner, whatever they used to go. Different names. I wonder if that's the road we have to go up. Let's have a look. I've got a feeling that's the road we're going to have to follow to get up to there. Along that way. Cool, I like a bit. That's where we like. I like the four driving side of things. Ah, good turning circle. Good old Ford F750. Oh, there's a tightish bridge. Yeah, you kind of get bored of the old ones. So great having something new. It's great. Actually, one thing I should do. Tasks. Oh, we've got you there, you there, you there. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, definitely up to the thing is this way. So we're going the right way. And I'm happy, not snow. Not a huge fan of the snow. Well, got a bit of arm ache at the moment, so having to move. I don't want snow. You can have snow. I'm not a fan of the snow, so I'm happy not having snow. I'm happy with this. Not a fan of the farming side of things, though, so I hope there's not too much farming in this. Snow's boring. It's all white. Oh, look, it's white. White. Oh, look, more white. I have no idea. Hope not. I haven't heard much about season. They don't normally announce that until this is out, and then they'll come out with the public test server, usually on PC. So, don't know yet about season 15 yet. This has only come out, so I don't really care at the moment. We've just come up from here to here. There's an upgrade there, but we can't until we get the bridge fixed. Looks like you can go the long way around. That's cool. Maybe not. That could be a bit of an interesting crossing. What else have we got up this way? Don't really know. First things I normally do is go and find all the watchtowers. So I might, now that we've got to that one, I might head to this one. So where are we here? I might go down this way and make our way. Yeah, that sounds good. I would, even though I'm not a fan, I wouldn't be surprised if the next one is snow. Yes, so you might be happy with that, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think we've had a snow one for a while, actually. So, for you snowies, I'm sure the snow one probably be the next one. Up to the right here. Up this way. Okay. Make my way up. Yeah, it's got some new vehicles in this too, of course. Two new scouts, and I think it's two new tractors as well. So, but they can be used for towing normal stuff as well, trailers and that. So, whoop. Okay, this is a little bit careful. Take it down a notch. Take it nice and slow. What? As I speak. Oh, damage my engine. First thing I need to do. One good thing about this truck, it has a heap of repair stuff. Whoop, I didn't repair the right thing then. Okay, there we go. I refilled, not repair. Silly me. Okay, I can speed that up a bit more now. Oh, look at the pretty. It's a castle. That's cool. Hope we can deliver inside the castle. That'd be awesome. Does it look like you can go inside the castle? Or maybe there. Yeah, so what we come down here, we go to left and the rear right. Oh, we could go that way too, but I'll go this way. This is when you get a new one, it's always fun just doing the exploring. So I just get in a scout. First thing I do before I do any tasks, I'll just drive around and learn. That way you know the right ways to go so you don't get stuck if you're towing a trailer. Nothing worse than getting stuck with a trailer and you can't turn around. Geez, a bit deep, but this guy can go in quite deep water. Come on, don't go bogged already. Well, I normally use the six-wheeler thing in my scouting, but make it a bit harder and a bit more fun, I guess. Not always about getting through this fast. If you want a fast pace, go and buy yourself Gran Turismo or something like that. This is nice and slow. What the hell's that? Oh, it's one of those bloody. Okay. Right, so I just check the map. I can see that. Looks like we're heading the right. Oh, that bit looks a bit iffy. We'll find out. Is that the bit that I've seen in the videos? G'day, Lounsey, mate. How you going? Thanks again for that great race we had the other day, and I gave you one. You should have seen you should have seen the replay on here that I uploaded for you, mate. From your view, how cool's that? Seeing your car, and it did so well, mate. Coming from where you did, I think 11th or 12th to get third place, mate. Well driven. I was that Toyota. I just drove for the sake. I just wanted to see what it was like, and yeah. And Swifty, oh yeah, I love my Swifty. Love my Swifty. I'm just not in the mood for racing today. I'm just a bit tired. I had to take Dad to another appointment. Then I took Mum shopping. Sorry, Mum shopping, Dad to appointment, and then I had to that wasn't that hard. This bit. Yeah, Dad to appointment. Then I took a mate shopping this evening. I only got home about half an hour ago, and then I remembered this has come out, so I like streaming this when it first comes, when they do the new seasons. So I don't think I'll be firing up GT7 at all tonight, to be honest. But you drove well. If I'm going to criticise, mate, this constructed citizen, you need to work on turns 2 and 3. Mainly turns 2, you were just a bit too kind of. I don't know what it was, but you were just definitely too slow. This is new season 14 that just came out tonight. Part of. I don't know why they call it season and season. It's like season pass for season 14. So this is like the 14th new map for this game. But yeah, if you could work on that turn 2, I reckon you using most of your time on that board. If you can work the rest of the lap, well, I can see, mate, you're really good at. Let's work on that turn 2, and yeah, you're gonna get even faster time. Okay, so from here, I think we'll head down this way, and we're gonna go to this tower. I like unlocking the towers. Okay, let's go. Yeah, just work on that turn 2, mate. And I reckon you're gonna knock at least half a second. You're losing at least half a second through there. You work on that corner, and I reckon, yeah, you'll get half a second. You'll get into the mid 30s easily. Just this road. Bit of a 4, yeah, so be a bit careful. I might put it low. That's easy. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Hope you don't mind me giving you a tip. Not that I'm the fastest of drivers out there. I can see where people make up time. I just don't have the ability, but I can see where people are good and they need a bit of work on. it's it's a long story with Dad because he's got 3 different types of cancer. 3 different types. So, I mean, the guy's just having one bad. So he's got his prostate cancer, which was what he was diagnosed with first. Then he had skin cancer on the side, on his left side of his eye. And then he got some cataracts in his eyes, and then they found on that same, which I think is part of the skin cancer that was on his that side of his eye, had carried through, and you couldn't see it in there. They missed it, so they've had the operation removing that out later yesterday. That bit's been taken out, so he's now recovering with a pretty sore left eye. Got another appointment for that on Monday. He also had to get a scan. Well, the main concern at the moment is the skin growth on top of his head. They have to do that's major surgery. They basically have to cut around where the cancer is at the moment on the skin, down to the skull. It's full on. So they have to cut that bit all the way around, down to the skull, remove that. They're again going to cut the left-hand side, his other side of the head, to match that and use that to replace the bit that they're cutting out from the cancer. And then they take some from the thigh and put it on the head. So he's going to end up bald, I would say. And probably then after that we'll have to have some... He's too old to have chemotherapy, but he may be having some radiotherapy, which I think he's going to be okay with. And on top of all that, of course, unfortunately, it has all knock-on effects. You know, he's also got 2 cataracts he needs to have operated on. He still has the prostate cancer, which they can only slow down. Unfortunately, they can't completely stop it. But the problem is, because he's so frail, they can't put him on the medication that's going to at least slow down the prostate cancer. Well, this big surgery could be happening. It's urgent enough that he has told Dad when he finds a time to do the operation, it's going to be done, and it could be done at very short notice. So it's scary, you know. It's first time I really had to realise that, you know, that they're getting really old. Dad's 87, Mum's 83, and I think with Dad, scaringly, I wouldn't be. I hate saying this, but I've got a feeling this might be last Christmas with him. So I've told my 2 brothers, I think you guys need to try and come up for Christmas, because it might be the final one. It's awful. We haven't had any really close family deaths, so it's kind of a bit scary that it's getting this close. The reality, so yeah, I'm scared as hell. I really am. It's really, and as you guys know, I've got my ADHD and other mental illnesses I'm trying to deal with, and I've had to put all of that on hold at the moment. So my own condition's getting run down. I'm having problems. It is hard. I don't even really understand, honestly, and Dad can be quite not very forthcoming in all the information. So I'm sure it's scaring the shit out of him too. So you know, I think death is the one thing that scares us all. You know, it's the ultimate never stop learning. None of us. I'm going to change to morning now. None of us, we don't stop learning. And the ultimate lesson is the greatest unknown. The greatest unknown is what happens after death. Everything else we can record and understand. But there's no knowledge on what happens, if anything happens, when death is finally upon us. And yeah. I'm very open, as you know, about my mental illness. But it does feel like I'm struggling because I'm having to put everything else has been put first. I have to look after my parents. I've got two brothers, one that lives in Tasmania and one that lives in Melbourne. And the one that lives in Melbourne, the eldest, I'm the youngest. My brother David from Melbourne is the oldest, and he's got a lot of health problems himself. A lot of health problems. So it goes to the right. And his health problems are due to not taking he got diagnosed with diabetes and he didn't take it seriously at first, and he's still kind of suffering from that. So yeah, he's got health problems, and his condition was bad enough that I still remember the day my father rang me up and said he's just had a phone call from a hospital in a place called Wagga Wagga, that my brother had had a heart attack and that he was on a respirator, and that immediate family should come to the hospital as soon as possible. So we caught a flight down about 9 o'clock at night down to Sydney, hired a car and drove to Wagga Wagga. We got at Wagga Wagga at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And both my parents are still not young then. Mum had problems too, so yeah, there's a lot going on. It's really the thing that you're having to say goodbye to your brother as well. I mean, that phone call and not knowing. I'm glad to say he's still with us and stubborn as always. Where are we now? We're here. Now, we're going to make our way to here, because I always like unlocking these first. I think we're here. I think we'll go down. I'll do an adventure. We'll go down this way, around here, make our way along here. One thing I think you all know about me. Shit, where's the road? Go this way? It does. I'm open with you about my mental issues. Some people have, whoops, questioned me on that. Oh, crap, don't roll over. Oh, crap, that was close. I'm going to have to repair that. But I'm very open about it. And if someone wants to question me about being open about having mental issues, they're the ones for the problems. So one thing, never say to someone who says they're having mental issues, "I'll just get over it." And where the hell am I going? I might even go this way. Okay. Looks like I can. It says there's a road along here, so I'm just going to follow it. Kind of a bit of a road. Yeah, I'm having to deal with a lot. And it's becoming very scary. And you guys help, you know. This is my outlay. Doing streams, doing my racing, streaming it, having someone to talk to. That's what you guys are like. You guys are like my online mates that I chat to through streaming. This road goes this way by the look of it. I think I know this bit the rocks will fall if I get too close. If we don't know someone, we shouldn't judge someone. We don't know what stories behind each other. I explained that to my son, teaching him about bullies at school. You know, as I said, look, sometimes it's awful what some bullies do, but you have to understand there's probably a reason behind what they do. I'm, and I am honest, I am a victim of bullying. My whole school years were hell. I left school at the start of year 11 because I was bullied so much I couldn't cope with it anymore. I pulled out of school. And it was nasty. You know, I'm an emotional person, so an emotional person is not good when being bullied. You know, like every little thing would have set me off, and it was hard. You know, I admit. So we do have to be careful about bullying. And where do we go? I think I go to down to the. Oh, there's an upgrade there. We go down to the right now. Okay. Because the bullying that I experienced took away all my self-esteem. Like I'm 50 years old, but I still suffer the consequences from being teased when I was in my teenage years. I was bullied, and it messed with me being able to learn, educate. You know, when you when you dreaded going to school, and I had some nasty stuff happen to me when I was at school, and I'm not going to go back into that. But as I say, sometimes these kids, there's a reason behind what they do. Usually, something happening at home, or they're just playing a bully, and that's just who they are. But they pay for the consequences in the long run for that. Where am I supposed to go around to the left? This bit is very hard. There's not really much to know where the road goes. This is a bit of bloody like expeditions, which I regard as a bit of a flop. That game, I do not like expeditions. It was fun, but it's just, I don't think it was that good. I think from everything I'm hearing about, I reckon it's flopped. This new Snowrunner game they're coming up with, it looks interesting. But, yeah, oh crap. Again, I'm a bit hesitant, these ideas, if they could have just implemented into this game. And I set markers on the map that gives you the line to follow. To a point, like I've got a line to where I'm trying to go. And I could set it to a point they're going, okay, I could set it to there and there. Now, I don't. I just work myself to the roads and then work myself towards where I'm heading. But yes, you can do multiple lines if you want to. Holy shit! That's a bit bigger. Whoa, whoa, that hurt. That hurt. And lucky I didn't have a camera on because I think I jumped up and hit the bloody. I think there's a hole in the ceiling now. I didn't see that trunk was that big. Oh, this is a bit muddy. No, not that one, that one. No, not that one. The tree straight ahead. That's the one I want. Come on. That's okay, good. Else with the big fat rear wheels on this thing. So I think this is where I go right and stuff on the road up this way. So that may be blocked there by the look of it. So, whoa, explore. That's the whole fun of this, isn't it? Get a bit of speed now. It can be dangerous because when you get too fast, you'll hit a tiny little pebble and it'll cause a heap of damage. And then you hit a big rock and it does no damage. Oh, this is kind of a cool town. Bit of a creek going through. Yeah, got a lot on my mind at the moment. Lots. That's where I need to go to the right, but I've got a bad feeling that's rock bottom could be the roads could be blocked down that way. But if not, I have to come back and go this way. So we'll go this way first, just to see. You need to get those tasks anyway, I guess. It is. I just like driving. You know what I do? Now you've seen this is my 776th stream of playing this game. Every time I play this on the PS5, I stream it. Sometimes I will stream this if Bathurst is on, if there's racing on. I'll be playing this with the racing on my iPad in the background. Well, there's a task and fuel. Good, we can top up. But quite often, you'll see me streaming. I won't be talking, so you won't be able to hear me talking. But I'll be sitting here streaming it, and I've got Formula One on the iPad or V8s, because sometimes it just gets a bit boring. I watch the start, especially like Bathurst 1000. You'll probably see me streaming this or playing Minecraft. You've seen a couple of Minecraft streams I've done last couple of days, and enjoying doing that. Well, this is what rock bottom is. Okay. Okay, I think the road to the right, but look at it, that's heading towards where we're going. So let's go around this thing. I'm not going to be able to pull that over. Yeah, I like games where you can just kind of chill out. Quite often use the iPad with, say, V8s and I do a bit of Minecrafting or this or that. Just play a game that you can just chill out with easily. Just a bit of fun. You want to get to the point where I'll have it on the whole time in the background. Now I'll play with this or something like that. Is that the watchtower there? Is it? No, it's to the right. Supercars lost a lot of followers when they went behind pay TV, when they went to Foxtel. And it's the way that... Look, Foxtel offer a great show and stuff like that. I'm not going to argue about it. It's the way that they try to force people to have to get Foxtel to watch the supercars. And I think we go to the right here. I actually started a Facebook group. As soon as Foxtel got announced that they were taking over, I started a Foxtel group against, going behind pay TV. And that group still has it got up to 15,000 members. And it still has around 12 to 13,000 members. And some of the stories of people who did refuse to pay the watch, couldn't afford to get it, couldn't get it in where they live, so they couldn't see the racing that they had been fans of for all these years. So yeah, I started that group, and some of the stories of people, and I just think Foxtel went about it the wrong way. They should have still allowed it to be shown live on TV, yes, with adverts and only in single def, and have the extra coverage of Foxtel to be paid for if you want to watch 4K and no adverts during the races and all that other stuff. Would have made it worthwhile. And I think a lot more people would have been okay with it. Would have been a lot more accepting. But because they just try to force everyone straight away into it, it failed. And I know it failed because it's an interesting story. As you know, I used to drive limousines. And not long after the whole, I think it was about maybe a year or two into Foxtel's deal, and they weren't getting the numbers that they were hoping for. Now, I didn't know at the time. I had to pick up this important person from the Gold Coast airport and drive them to the Foxtel head office that they had down the Gold Coast. And I started driving this guy, and he seemed pretty important. I had to pick him up in the Mercedes S class, and he was apparently classed as a VVIP, very, very, very important person. I think now I'm going to go down this. We came up this way? Where did we come up? Oh, we came up here, I think. Gonna make my way down there, make our way across here, get this task, and then just drive along here. Yes, we'll go that way. Oh, yeah, let me get that upgrade. So yeah, I'll come. Now we're back down here, and that way to there. Anyway, so I picked this guy up and drive him to the Foxtel office. And he gets on the phone. He's talking. Like you can't help but overhear what they're saying. You can't turn your ears off. So when these people are talking, you hear. And he was talking about the Foxtel deal with supercars. And he go, mate, we're not getting the numbers that we need. And he goes, and there's even this anti-Foxtel V8 Supercar Free for All Facebook page. It's got over 14,000 members. I want to find out who started that up, and let's try and hush that up. And we need to stop all this negativity against Foxtel. And I'm thinking, what the? And ironically, I'm the person that he's talking about. The guy he was talking about on the phone to some guy was the very person. The person he's talking about was he's mentioning the Facebook group that I started. The person driving him was the guy. The person driving him was the guy that started that Facebook group. Now, I didn't say anything. I just kept my mouth shut. Because I had to keep business. It's very important. We don't want to cause any problems with clients and stuff like that. So I just kept shut. And I dropped him off at the airport. I mean, back at the Foxtel. And then I thought, okay, so who was this guy? He obviously got some clout at Foxtel. So I looked at, I can't remember his name, but I looked him up, and he was the CEO of Foxtel, the boss, the big boy. He was the CEO of Foxtel, and I didn't realise it at the time. But the fact that he mentioned, I want to find out who this person is and hush him up, and I'm thinking, and I'm that very person he was mentioning, but I wasn't going to, especially when he says, oh, we need to try and hush him up and stuff like that. I'm thinking, well, you're not going to hush me up, no. But again, I read some of the stories of people that have been following the V8 supercars and Group A days before that, you know, back in the Sierra days, even back in the Falcon days from the mid-70s and stuff like that. One guy hadn't missed a race since 1973, the year I was born. He hadn't missed a race, but he can't afford to get Foxtel. And so he hadn't been seeing it. And he was, just his story, it was so sad to hear that these people got pushed out. These were the diehards. This guy had been watching every race since 1973, and he could no longer watch it anymore. And now it's just a circus. You know, they've just announced about an hour ago that Tim Slade who is retiring, and I'm thinking, good, let's put a decent driver in. You know, I personally think it's going to be Mark Winterbottom. But you know, I really hope it's not bloody the way overrated Richard Stanaway. I don't think much of him. I don't think he's that great a driver, to be honest. But Winterbottom, he's still okay. I reckon he can do Premier better. But yeah, Slade has announced his retirement. I do think Lowndes was pushed into retirement before he was ready to. You could see the way that Triple Eight handled that whole situation when they announced his retirement, that Lowndes wasn't ready. You could tell that Lowndes was pushed out of full time. And, you know, I suppose the same we can go for now. Look at Daniel Ricciardo's looking like he's going to be pushed into retirement. You know, I'm talking about Formula 1. I am disgusted in Red Bull, and I think Red Bull has got a lot of. They've had death threats and a lot of personal attacking since Singapore this weekend. How the whole thing's been handled with Danny Rick, and how they still haven't confirmed if he's been pushed out. But you know what? If you're gonna make this his last year in Formula 1, let him finish the effing year. I'm going to swear here. Let him finish the fucking year. Show some fucking respect to a guy that did a lot for that team, and let him finish the year. Don't just push him out before the end of the season finishes. You know, it's just the way RB want to do things now. They want to be remembered as a team that your contracts mean shit, and that, you know, you might not even. I don't think RB has finished the season with the same drivers it started the season with for years now. And so seriously, you know, Daniel Rick deserves better than that. He deserves to be able to announce himself. Let him announce that I'm going to retire at the end of the year. Don't let the way that they dealt with him. Webber wasn't as bad. At least he got to finish the year out. And he announced his retirement. But Rick, I mean, the way they've treated Rick, the way they've treated Triple Eight, must be something to do with Red Bull, doesn't it? Because the way Triple Eight basically pushed Lowndes out, I also think was bad. And you only have to see from Dan, when they announced it, I still remember Craig Lowndes' face and the way that he reacted, was talking. You could tell that it wasn't him making this decision to retire. And I'm glad that he still races at Bathurst and the endurance races at the moment, but I don't think that's going to go very long. It's not just Daniel's speed, it's his markability, you know, that's, as you said, that smile. But you know what? Christian Horner, I think the problem is it's not. Christian Horner seems to be more wanting Danny Rick. It's the bigger problem at Red Bull, and I think the biggest. And look at all the guys leaving Red Bull. I think the biggest problem at Red Bull at the moment is Helmut Marko. He needs to go. Helmut Marko is, just, to me, is the main problem at that team. And what the fuck does he do there? It's like he just. seriously, I mean, what really does he do there? But Helmut Marko, I think, is the cause of all these problems. Christian Horner's come out and said, look, if this does happen, there's a greater picture here. And Christian Horner, again, has had a go at Perez and say, mate, you need to lift your game. We've lost the lead in the Constructors Championship thanks to you. And it is, Perez, I think, is hope. If they need to get rid of Perez at the end of the year and give Daniel, if they're going to take Nick Lawson at RB for next year, or if they are going to give Lawson the rest of this year, they at least owe Danny Rick a chance to do a full year at Red Bull as Max Verstappen's teammates, and let him. Because I think he'll be a lot closer to that Red Bull. I think suits Danny better than the RB, and it's hard to judge how good or bad Danny Rick's going in such a bad car. I mean, those RBs are not good. Let's all be honest there. And get out of the way, bloody text. Okay, that's where we go. I'm hoping that they see the common sense, get rid of bloody Sergio Perez, put Danny Rick in as Max's thing, and if they have to, they say that this is his last year. This is his retirement year. Well, fuck, that hurt. But they won't lose anything by giving that a try and keeping bloody Perez. I'm sorry, Red Bull, but Perez has cost you that. Perez single-handedly has cost Red Bull the team's championship this year. We all know that. Everyone can see that. Red Bull's like they're self-destructing at the moment anyway. All their team members are leaving. And McLaren's picked up their game. Piastri, I think, is an F1 star in the making. I actually reckon Piastri's a better overall driver than Lando Norris. Norris was leading that F1 race in Singapore by over 25 seconds and hit the wall twice with such a huge lead. A real true champion wouldn't do that. Norris, I still think, is a bit too... He's older and been in that team longer, yet Piastri comes over as the more mature, experienced driver. And I really think... I'm really hoping that Piastri really lifts his game, and to start off with that, and I think and I know you will agree, and everybody will agree. Piastri, wouldn't it be amazing if Piastri won at Melbourne, the first Aussie to win the Australian Grand Prix? I don't think we've had an Aussie win the Australian Grand Prix before, not for a long time. So, no, we've had Danny Rick try, we've had Mark Webber try, and it'd be amazing to see Piastri win, and he's got a very good chance as long as McLaren can start next year on as good as they're doing this year. That's the thing. McLaren do have a bit of a record of not starting the year too well and then just absolutely coming on board. But if they can keep this momentum in, and of course Melbourne's back to being the first race of the year for next year, and some more years. They've got in the contract they have to have so many of the first rounds, so it's not going to always be Bahrain. This is not just a once-off for next year having the first round of the championship. Okay, where are we going to go here? That looks a bit muddy for this truck to get over to that clear damage. So I'm going to make my way over to here, get this upgrade. Then maybe these tasks. I'm not going to go to the new other area yet. And I'm sure I've told you about my dealings with Mark Webber from his Yellow Pages Formula Ford times. So I don't think I need to re-say that story again. But yeah. The Mark Webber's one I followed. No, he got close to winning a championship. He was close to winning Red Bull's first championship. Sadly, Vettel managed to beat him in the end. But yeah, it was Mark Webber that was also had a good chance and was in the run. He was leading the championship at one point as well. I think it was the Korean Grand Prix that ruined Mark Webber's chance at the championship, sadly. But yeah, I remember Mark Webber as a young... I'm showing my age when he was a little kid. Not kid, but he was about 18, 19. I wasn't much older, mind you, but not that much older than Mark. But I was working with a team, and of course, got to meet him. Really nice guy. Even then, when he was so young. Let's go and get this upgrade, which is, I think, on the bridge over here. If we can get to it. What's under? Oh, that's where the upgrade is. Okay, we can't get it. I thought it was on the bridge. Looked like it was on the bloody bridge, but it's actually under the bridge. Under the bridge. Well, we might better get back to the trail, I think. I think we might go this way, get these tasks. Come around this way, get these tasks. Pool party, though. That sounds good. Pool. And then make our back to the garage. I'm also glad that there's a fuel thing on the other side here, so you've got fuel options on both sides of the map. Wasn't that a pretty sunset? I want to take a photo of that. They look pretty. Oh, yes, they're pretty. This game is such a good looking game. Go to that way, so we're going to go across here if we can. Make our way around here. Down this way. It's getting dark again, is it? Oh yeah, 7 o'clock. Oh. Didn't want to do the winch. So yeah, I've been following Formula One since the mid '80s, and the what we now know as supercars. Back then, it was the Australian Touring Car Championship with running Group A cars. Well, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? Oh, this doesn't seem too bad. I shouldn't say that until I'm actually over. But I thought that crossing was going to be harder than it turned out to be. I've seen the Group A's racing down at Simmons Plains, Sandown Raceway a couple times. Yeah, Simmons Plains, Lakeside Raceway, especially when I was with the team. Those were the days. Mind you, when I was there with the team, you didn't get to really see much of the racing. At least being involved in the sport was fun. Always wanted to race, and as Peter Brock himself said that I had the talent to be able to race. But, yeah. My dad didn't believe in any of that. Didn't believe in, even though he had the money. He since apologised. He actually said to me, he wishes he had listened to me and help me do that. At least I got involved in a team, and at least I got to drive a ex-Glen Seaton EL Falcon around Lakeside Raceway. I can, and faster than the main team's driver. Well, the team was the owner slash driver, and only half a second slower than Wayne Park. So that's pretty good. I'll take that. But yeah, I just never had the money opportunity, sadly. Yeah, but you know what? I am not giving up on at least doing some kind of race. My dream is to race Bathurst. Maybe just in the Bathurst 6 hour sometime. But that's a dream. Maybe I should try and put together with some YouTubers. Maybe some of you subscribe. I'll say, okay, we're going to have 3 drivers, and it's going to be up to you guys, my subscribers, so you can be my co-drivers for Bathurst. We have a competition. Who can be my co-driver, and we'll race something around in the Bathurst 6 hour. Hey, I'm not that old. I can still do that. Just throwing it out there. You never know. One thing I'm into, and it is true, dreams. My father used to kind of go against dreams. My father is stop dreaming, dreams never come true. Of course, if you don't dream, of course a dream never comes true. If you give up before you even try, yeah, it doesn't come true. But there's nothing wrong with having a dream, All these races, all these people, it all started off with a dream. So dream small, dream big, End of the day, dreams can only come true if you give it a try. And they can only be a dream if you actually believe, if you have a dream. So yeah, I'm a very big fan of dreams. Actually, a very good friend of mine said the best thing to do is to write down all your dreams. Sit down on a bit of paper and write out as many dreams as you possibly can, from large to small. And then you can use those dreams to find out ways how you can do it, Get those dreams and then work out plan. But yeah, I think a dream is there. That's why we sim race. We sim race because deep down, if you love sim racing, you do racing games. We play games. It's because we want to do. In a way, I've always loved cars. I've always loved racing. You put me on a go-kart track, I just about annihilated everyone on the go-kart track with me. Having aspirations. And you're never too old. Even though I'm 51 years old, I'm not going to give up fully on my Bathurst dream. Yeah, the V8 supercars definitely giving up on that. And I'm way too old for that. Never had a check. Never would do that. But there's still an opportunity out there to do other things. So there we go. We have unlocked our area. I'm going to go and park this up over here. I'm going to see if I can reverse park between these cars. No, it's okay. Me and him, you might have seen in the race that I did last night in Swifty in American Surf. I raced against Marja. I started assisting behind him and I finished in front of him. He stuffed up onto into the first score on the last lap. But yeah, I passed him in the pits. I pitted at the end of lap 1. He pitted end of lap 9. Yeah, end of lap 9 he pitted, and I came out in front of him. So yeah, that strategy pitting on the first lap works, doesn't it? Hey, getting Anzy. That's I think how me and you have made up most of our spots. Anyway, oh, you were watching his stream, were you? You saw his mistake then. I saw in the rear view mirror and I saw him spinning off. I thought he got hit by the Lambo, but he actually made a mistake himself. I said, look, me and him have we put our differences behind. You know, there's no point holding grudges. No, what happened to my dad. You have to put yeah, in that clear track. It's if cars if a whole lot pit in front of you, don't pit. But if they don't, pit. But anyway, I've got tomorrow. I don't think I've got any appointments to go to tomorrow. Take Dad to, but no plans. I think I'm gonna try and do some racing during the day, and I might stream it. Okay, but for now, this is the first look at the new map. We've done all the lookouts on the first map. That's where you go to the second map. I don't know if there's a second entrance to the second map. Yeah, there is one over there and one over here. And there's going to be a lot to do, I think. There's gate. Looks like there's actually a well, there's got the good old barge again, boat, which will cost you money. Do foothills. The gateway's unlocked though, so you can drive to those. But see us all in the next ones. I think I'm going to have a little snoozy woozy because oh, that's the closest way to the. We went past it. That's why. That's the closest from where we are here. But that's it for tonight. And as I always end my streams of Snowrunner. Bye for now.